but not for me. A lucky stars above, but not for me. With love to rule the way, I found more skies of gray than any Russian play could guarantee. Lord knows I was a fool to fall and get that way.
Each of us singers likes to think that we're unique, that the way we sing is truly individual. In some ways, that is true. I'm not like any other singer. The experiences that shaped me, that made me sing the way I do, are mine alone. But at the same time, all of us share a common jazz heritage. Each of us owes a debt to all the singers that have preceded us, even those we never heard. We're all a product of the past.
For me.
In this show, we're going to look at 4 jazz vocalists singing today, each different from one another, yet connected by their common roots in jazz history. Dakota Staton is a powerful singer, a jazz stylist who, with emotion and drama, reaches out to her audience.
He's right behind the flower, and every evening he stomps the melted cow, and every night he loves me.
Jean Lee is almost the opposite. She might be termed an avant-garde artist pursuing a form of improvisation that uses not just the voice, but music, dance, and art as well in her performance.
Better than rides on the midway.
Sheila Jordan is a singer with a wonderful voice whose singing style ranges from beautiful ballads to instrumental vocal lines.
Corn, better than balancing on a wire or watching tigers jump through fire.
Jay Clayton is devoted to developing her voice as an instrument. She tries to achieve the same effects with the voice that a horn player does with the horn. As different as these singers are, they all have their roots in the past, conscious or not. There has always been someone for each of them that has either paved the way for them or served as an influence. This is how the jazz tradition is kept alive. Whatever else a jazz singer does, she communicates. Sometimes it's to thousands of people in a concert hall, sometimes to a handful in a small club or loft. But each of us has our audience and different ways to reach it. Dakota Staton, she does it with her dramatic style. She takes all her vocal talents and puts them in the service of the words of the song. In a love song, she'll almost act out the parts, not just with vocal emphasis, but with hand and facial gestures as well. She gets into a song.
What do you see in her? She has 2 arms to hold you tight, and so do I. 2 lips to kiss you day and night, and so do I. What do you see in her that you didn't see in me? Why did you say goodbye Is she so wonderful that she could make us part? And does she whisper tender words that touch your heart?
Dakota's style is original, but her way of singing didn't develop out of nowhere. She drew from other singers, as she is the first to mention.
Oh, well, when I was young, I listened to Dinah Washington. She was my favorite because I liked her type of nightclub approach and act, and that's more or less my era. And I style myself as far as show business is concerned, to have a type of entertaining act like she had.
And now it's start time at the Apollo Theater, and what could be finer than my Dinah? Here she is, the queen of the blues, Miss Dinah Washington.
Dinah Washington began her career as a jazz singer with Lionel Hampton's band. You can see in her style the same dramatic qualities that Dakota brings to her singing.
Another season, another reason for making movies. A lot of shoes, a lot of rights. A room so nervous he answers what? It's really thrilling, this cat's so willing to make a movie. Well, picture a little love nest down where the roses cling. Then picture the same sweet love nest. See what 1 year can bring. He's washing dishes and dirty clothes. He's so ambitious, he even sews. So don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making a movie. Another year, or maybe less. What's this I hear? Well, can't you guess? He feels neglected and he's suspected of making a movie. He sits alone most every night. He doesn't phone her, he doesn't write. He says he's busy, and she says, is he? He's making movies. Well, he doesn't make much money, only 5,000 per. There's some old judge who she calls honey, says he's got to pay 6 to her. He says, now, judge, suppose I fail. The judge says, into jail. You better keep her. I think it's cheaper than making whoopee. Well, it's a whole lot cheaper than making whoopee.
As we come back to Dakota, it's easy to see how Dinah Washington, a singer from the past, still lives in the style of this singer today.
I smile and say hello. I can't help just wondering whether you see inside the tears I hide. What do you see in her? How did she get into the arms where I belong? What is she doing right that I was doing wrong? What do you see in her that you didn't see in me? What do you see in her that you didn't see in me?
Dakota reaches for a wide audience. Jean Lee is a singer whose audience is smaller, but intensely devoted as she pursues a personal vision of jazz improvisation involving not just music, but words, movement, theater, and dance. Jean's background includes training in composition, literature, drama, and dance. and she brings all these elements to bear in a performance. When she improvises, it is not just over the chords of a tune like a scat vocalist. Rather, she goes beyond the music, into words, images, and movement. It is risky, but at its best, it can create magic.
When will thou blow?
Here, in a performing loft, she, the musicians, and a dancer create a series of musical, vocal, and movement improvisations on a blues whose lyrics come from a 15th century poem.
Can we Christ, that my love, that my love were in my eyes?
This is Jean's version of the blues, a form that is as old as jazz, a form which has grown rich over the years from all the singers and instrumentalists who have contributed their own personal interpretations to it. Like a very young Lena Horne, here singing the blues with Teddy Wilson and his orchestra in 1941.
Now I don't want you, baby, if you're the last man alive. I learned my lesson. I learned it just in time. Bad luck will never leave me till I cross my
Western wind, will thou
There's a big difference between the blues of Lena Horne and the way Jean sings them. One is traditional, the other is more experimental. But one form